We are here another week of Sippin and Bitchin Minute. Just when I take a quick minute to talk about a subject that you might be able to relate to. I don't go into detail. I just kind of spit it while I'm sipping on something. This week we are. Whoop, whoop. I really don't go into detail about what I'm sipping. I'm just sipping. Wow, sounded like a dude. All right, so I saw somebody had post about their highs and lows when they worked at a certain place. And it's like, yeah, I get that. I can resonate that. And I was reading some of the comments and it was like, yeah, my wife was my boss at the time and definitely hands down recommend you letting them see you at your worst. That was the quote. And so I definitely agree with that. I think we all kind of go into these like romantic date nights of, okay, like how special, and you kind of bring out your A game. But for me, little background with Ryan and I. So, I mean, we worked together for a while, for a few months. But my pivotal moment with him, as far as like a genuine human being, and I really appreciate him. Not necessarily like I love this guy, but it kind of shifted from like work relationship to I could totally be friends with this dude. We've been working together for a while. It was Memorial Day weekend in 2015, and I had worked the whole fucking weekend. Apparently that's what you do in the marine industry. I'd worked Saturday, Sunday. It was done Monday, and I only worked half a day that day, and I was like, I'm going to get fucked up. I'm going to get fucked up in the afternoon, be able to sober up. I'm going to go to work on Tuesday. So I was going to be in a 12-day stretch of work, and I was, like I've never done that. I've always had at least one day on the weekends. And so I was already freaking out that I was going to be working. And so I was like, I need to have that release. I didn't have the kids for that weekend. And then some pivotal moment changed, and I hadn't been good like mentally. I've kind of just been like, I mean, for a while, because I was going through divorce, and then I had dated a couple guys that were like just complete. I dated. I don't want to go into like too many details here, but there was one guy that was just he lied his ass off, and I poured my soul into him, and so but I wasn't really looking for a relationship. I was just looking for somebody that could be there for me. And that guy wasn't. And then so I'd already been through separation, finding out my husband was, cheating on me. And then I'd gone through this relationship, and like, the guy was a complete douchebag. And now I was in another relationship, and I was dating a cop. Nothing against cops, and we're not going to get into that subject, but I was dating a cop, and he was very distant as far as emotionally. He was there when he wanted to be, but he was typically not there. He worked second shift, so it was kind of hard to be able to do anything on his days off that I had the evening off. He wasn't like eager to spend that time with me. It was like, what the fuck is going on? And so I was like, what am I doing wrong with relationships? Of course, I started to blame myself. What the fuck? That's not the right thing to do, you guys. So just saying, but I'd been through I was separated from my husband because he cheated. I was really in this like nasty, lying ass, short relationship, but it did have a massive impact. And now I was in this relationship where it was completely just, I felt like I was separated. Anyways, and so this weekend was like kind of this pivotal moment. For some reason, my brain was like overworked and overtired, and I was like just done because I've been like working my ass off, and for what? And I've been really trying really hard with relationships. I just wanted somebody to love me, and for what? I've been like, busting my balls for the kids, and I just felt like everything was just so fucking hard. I had this moment. I've had too many drinks, and I just had this moment of, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. And I tried to commit suicide. I'm not going to go. That's another story for another day. And so I spent the night in kind of going through a rehab center, but not really. And then the next day, the whole day, I called, Ryan was my boss at the time. I called him. I was like, hey, I'm not going to come, or texted him, hey, I'm not coming in. I'll be there tomorrow. And so that was Tuesday. And I spent the night at a friend's house, and then and Wednesday I couldn't get, Tuesday I was like, I'm texting Brian, my boss, and I'm like, hey, I don't know if I can come in tomorrow. I just need one more day. And then that's at that point it was like, hey, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? It led to, he left work, drove up to Williamsburg, picked me up, brought me back to his house, and then had me stay at his house on his couch, and was like literally talking to me like I was a person. Like, what, are you okay? Like, let's talk about this. Obviously, you need somebody to talk to. And it was like just this little pivotal moment of like, he's not just a boss. He wants to actually be my friend. Like, that's pretty fucking cool. Like, the the little sentiment that somebody had posted online was like, let them see you at your worst. And it's like, that homie, Ryan has seen me at my worst. You can't get much fucking worse than that. Like, any worse than that, I was going to be 6 feet under. And so that's kind of how it started. And he started off as being a legit deep friend with me. And, I think you guys are doing it all wrong. Like, don't do like, beautiful date nights. Like, you need to like see each other in a bar fight, or like, what does it look like at 6 a.m. and not like 2 a.m. Like, I need, like, how do you see somebody naturally at the worst? I don't know. You want me to, like, stay, you can pay me and I'll come and like pick a fight with you, and like, it can be authentic, and they'll just be there, and then see how they handle it and how you handle it, and then it'll be fine. I don't know. But I'm not saying stage some shit, but for me, I think that was like authentically, like, this homie could be there for me regardless if he's a friend or more. Like, this person could be in my life for a while, because he was the only person that really saw it for what it was. He saw that I was stressed out. He saw that there was so much more than just me working the weekend. He heard all of the shit. And so he listened, and he was there. He saw me at my worst. Anyways, guys, that is a bitchin' and sippin' moment today. Cheers to seeing people at their worst moment and loving them anyways. So have a great night. Thanks, guys.